Good morning, everybody. Cowboy here. It is Thursday. Golly, Thursday already. October the 3rd. We just had some data come out. The unemployment claims came out. So it's pretty uneventful, very close to the estimate. We should not see markets terribly impacted. Another hour and a half, we're going to see the ISM Services PMI. So this is the Service Purchasing Managers Index. So the more expensive things are, the harder business has to take it, and the more we're looking at inflation. So it's both an inflation metric and a how is the economy doing metric. And if that is way off from the estimate, again, we will see markets being affected pretty strongly. So let's go ahead and jump right into the charts. We'll take a look today. We'll start with Bitcoin. Seems to be what everybody wants to see. All right. And we'll jump on to daily. As a lot of markets are right now, prices falling. Basically, we're looking at a period of time where we have all kinds of stuff happening. It's potential October surprise. There's wars heating up in the U.S. Yo, what's up, H&K VP9? I like that brand, H&K. You've got Israel just pounding on all kinds of stuff. They've hit the Houthis, they've hit Iran, they're hitting Lebanon. It's just a lot of stuff going on, and like really nobody's trying to stop them. And Russia and China are not happy about it. They're blaming the U.S. And then you have the election coming up, and there's a lot of weird stuff with that. You have the dock workers, and they might have a strike, and so there's just a lot of things happening right now that could really affect markets, and it's very uncertain. So what it seems to be happening here is that the dollar is getting a bit stronger as people pile into it, even though there was a rate hike and markets seem to be falling, so that people can prepare for what might happen, So if that's the case, then you got to watch out. You better not cry. You better not shout. I'm telling you why, because the election's coming to town. We do see a pretty, let's say a pretty fair looking range for Bitcoin. It's going back and forth between about 53-ish thousand and maybe 67, 68,000. It's not that clean of a range, but the price action is wagging. And as we know, and as we always talk about, because it's been going on since March, price is consolidating and slowly falling post halving back in April. So with Bitcoin, what I want to see for the bulls, right, is a new low. As you can see here, it's been higher highs. It's been lower highs, lower lows up until recently, right? It's been a clear downtrend. Lower highs, lower lows, some complex pullbacks, lower lows, and then you get this lower high, and then you get a higher low, a very clear one, and then you get a higher high. So if we can get ourselves another higher low and price break this high, then we're technically already in an uptrend, but that would really set it in. And it's not a very strong looking uptrend, but it is an uptrend nonetheless. And given that October is usually Uptober, then price should continue up. Although this particular October is not an Uptober, and it's probably for all the reasons that I just mentioned. A lot of uncertainty in the market. And as soon as you start to bet on bananas, then you're going to win, because bananas are the best. Mr. V the Guerilla, how are you, sir?
Bananas are a greater commodity in the long haul than even Bitcoin, and most people don't realize that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that big bananas are. I mean, they taped a banana to a wall and sold it for like several $100,000. Remember that?
Yeah, that's real art, man.
That's real art. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
or
not
real.
money laundry at all.
Not at all, bro. Not at all. When I see somebody who takes duct tape and duct tapes a banana to a picture frame, I know that right there is a creative genius. That man is so existential in his thinking. I have to pay several hundreds of thousands, even $1 million, just so I can get that piece of art, man. Because I can never replicate that at home. That's what makes modern art so special. It's irreplicatable.
Yeah, it's I could never find a wall or a banana or a piece of duct tape.
No, you can't. And it's what do you want to do? You're talking about counterfeiting?
Well, it would be
That's
an homage. It
exactly.
would be an homage, sir.
Oh yes. It would be an homage.
I mean, if I had friends like, maybe Hunter Biden, I could do it with impunity, and I would make a ton of money.
Yeah. Well, Hunter Biden is a modern day Picasso. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah. Yeah, his finger paintings are worth, $1 million.
Yeah. If 500,000 at the bare minimum, $1 million at the very, maybe even $10 million. He's a modern day Picasso. We are so lucky that we have somebody like Hunter Biden.
We haven't heard from him in a minute, man. They buried his ass. They just want the Bidens to be forgotten about. Like, ever since they have the nomination or whatever, ever since they shoehorned Kamala in unceremoniously with zero rules, there's no one that voted for her. There's no delegations and no nothing. They just said, "No, this is her." They just threw her in there because they don't care about rules on that side of the fence anyway.
No.
They're just like, "No, we're gonna cram this down your throat," just like they cram everything else down your throat.
Exactly.
They ever since that happened, I don't know. Biden's been sitting on the beach. We got Israel. Israel's pounding on all kinds of countries. You got just madness around the world. I mean, they're just everywhere around the world. And Biden's sitting on the beach eating an ice cream cone, and then he forgot about his ice cream cone, and it's like running down his arm, and it's like, who's running the country? There's probably the same person been running the country the last 4 years, but now they're comfortable letting everybody know what's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, to all my idiot friends that I told you that this guy's a corpse, now y'all know it. And it's just a question of how long are you going to let...
Your normie friends thought that he was, competent.
Cogent.
He's cogent.
They thought
he's never been stronger than he is now. He is so cogent.
Cogent, yep. So, and now I hear he's like, well, that's actually everybody knew it, but we just knew that we would even have a corpse better than Trump. Okay, so you lied about it.
It's amazing how the far left is so devoid of reality.
Yeah, they gaslight themselves. It's amazing. It's like
it truly is.
They're just robots, and they think they're not far left too. They think, oh no, I'm center left. You ain't center left. You're saying you're dumb. You're dumb left because there ain't no smart left. So yeah, back to markets. So look, Bitcoin's going to hopefully put in that higher low. What I'm wondering is, okay, so the theory is that the dock worker strike, they're going to send in the genius, the paragon of intellect, Kamala, who she's going to come in there and somehow negotiate the strike and fix it, and she's going to be the hero, the kind of union work that has for a long time taken some actual pretty strong negotiators, of which you and I know one. I'm thinking of XF. I mean, that's some major stuff to negotiate such things. So just before an election, they pull a strike. And then, we think Kamala's going to go in there and save the day. That's going to be the October surprise or something like that. It's just a weird time. And whenever things calm down, and they might not even need to calm down. Remember, y'all, one of the things they say about war, right? We've talked about like Israel too. It's another conversation to be had. Things heating up in the Middle East. The term is you buy to the sound of bombs and you sell to the sound of trumpets. Because in the U.S., war is profiteering, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think if you have no moral compunction, buying stocks like Palantir or Raytheon or, Lockheed, I mean, that's probably going to pay off if you don't mind buying anything that's haram, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So there's always that. But I think things are going to kind of rectify by the end of this month, because I don't think they want that kind of volatility going into the actual election. Do you think they're going to allow for that going into the election? Do you think they want panic? Like,
we are in for it.
What's that?
Yeah, there's going to be panic.
So
we're not going to have a normal election day, and I'll tell you during the drips.
Oh, is today's drips in it?
Today's the drips.
All right, let's see.
The boardroom thinks.
Okay, we're good. Okay, so okay, here's the thing, everybody. If you zap that QR code at the top right-hand corner of the screen, we're talking geopolitics a lot more than we're talking charts today. And V the Guerilla, just so you understand it, V does some pretty massive deals around the world when it comes to gold and precious metals. Go ahead and give him a call. And if you want that kind of thing, he'll take care of it anywhere in the world for those items. And so because when you're dealing with people on that level, then you're going to learn what's going on in the world. When you're selling things to people adjacent to, cabinet ministers of major European countries and whatnot, you're going to hear kind of what's going on at a higher level. And we're going to talk about that here right now as we flip over to the private live lab. It does look, before we do that, it does look as if the indexes are calming down a bit. I guarantee you, if I look at the VIX, they probably crushed it. Let's take a look at that. The VIX is volatility. So when the VIX goes up, typically you see a lot of stocks and stuff go down, right? And sure enough, the VIX popped up hard in August and it's been crushed. And in all this volatility, all the VIX did was hop up just a little bit and went from, 15 up to 19. It's this purple line that I superimposed on this chart. And as it went up, things went down and it's already starting to get crushed. And you can see things are calming down. So the markets are completely controlled. So even despite all the panic that we might see, markets might continue to go up. And that's one thing that a lot of people just simply don't understand. Markets are no longer real. I mean, they're real. The money you pull out of the markets is real. And I'm going to tell you right now, when I see panic, and I know this is going to sound really bad, but when I see panic, what's going on here? Okay. When I see panic, right, I see volatility. And when I see volatility, I see opportunity. So those of us at Algo Factory, we don't have to sit on our stocks and hope they go up. We actually can take action when things go down, and we can use that opportunity to take money. And as much as I do not want to see bad things happen in the world, if they're going to happen anyway, you better believe I'm going to profit on them. It's just the way things are. We teach people how to do that at Algo Factory. Zap QR code top right-hand side of the screen. Be the Guerilla, sir. Can you get us over to the private live lab?
Absolutely, guys. Follow us over there. Make it happen for yourself. Be at the forefront of the largest wealth transfer in human history. Do you want to get paid, or do you want to go broke? We'll teach you how to do it in terms of getting paid. AlgoFactory.tech. Join us or die.
Join us